stalking, and this is a good man in America. Jim Jordan, a good man that have compassion, that have intensity to fight back against this corrupt system. Justice for people. This is the Honorable Jim Jordan.
One of the leaders who helped to mold this new agenda. Joining me now, our good friend, Congressman Jim Jordan from Ohio, who is the chair of the Judiciary Committee and author of Do What You Said You'd Do, Fighting for Freedom in the Swamp. Well, Mr. Jordan, you've done what you said you were going to do, so that's one good place to start. But, I think, prosperity, growth solves a lot of problems. And I think the reforms, the conservative reforms, all the reforms, give us a tremendous step in the right direction. Go ahead, talk to us about this story, please.
Well, Larry, first of all, your monologue was right on target. You can't lead militarily, you can't lead diplomatically if you first don't lead economically. And you can't lead economically when government continues to grow and grow and grow and stifle the private sector, which is what we've seen. That's why this rules package, understand, this rules package is designed to do one fundamental thing. Stop bills like that 1.7 trillion monstrosity that passed 16 days ago. Stop things like that from happening. That's why there's got to be 72 hours to see it. We actually think transparency helps limit the size of government, helps focus on the things that are going to grow our economy. So 72 hours, single subject, germaneness to when you're going to offer an amendment, it's got to be focused on that piece of legislation, which is single subject. That's all good stuff, and it's designed to put us in a position so we don't have legislation like that, which I actually think hurts our economy in the long run. And the final thing I'll say on this is why it's important to keep government small, because when government's small, liberty and freedom are greater. And right now we have a government that's growing like crazy and being used to go after we the people, the weaponization of it.
Yes, sir.
That's what this 118th Congress is about, stopping that and stopping the uncontrollable growth in federal spending.
Jim Jordan, you were on this show. I don't know if you were on last week, but the week before, you and I had this long conversation about the need for regular order. Not only regular order in the budget, which is 12, a budget resolution and 12 appropriation bills, which you also talked about on the floor of the House last week when you nominated McCarthy. But all matters, there should be regular order. The committee system is being strengthened by these conservative reforms. That's the way I read it. And regular order and accountable and transparent, that's a really good thing, which the Democrats have blocked these many years.
Yes, and it involves the whole country, because then every single member of Congress representing 800,000 people in their respective district gets to weigh in via the committee, then on the House floor, time to look at it, time to put it together. That's what self-government and representative government is all about. We haven't had that under Democrats. It all gets decided by Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Joe Biden. That's not how it's supposed to work. And as I said on the House floor last week, in the history of our great country,
these are pan-fried birria gyozas, and in my opinion,
sorry about that, guys.
Between Mexican and Asian cuisine,
only about 12,000 individuals have had the privilege of serving in the United States Congress. Each of them want to weigh in and be a part of the decision-making process. That's how it's supposed to work. So let's focus on that. That's what this rules package is all about, that we're going to pass later tonight. And then, as you said, I think in your monologue, then we're going to get about getting rid of the 87,000 IRS agents who are a further infringement and attack on Americans' liberty. So that's what we're doing on the first day after we had this
armed
IRS
last agents.
So let's just focus on that. Legislation to rescind the $80 billion for the 170,000 IRS agents. Will that come tonight?
Yep. That's being debated and voted on this evening. We will pass that. I actually hope a few Democrats join us. We'll wait and see. But I know every single Republican will vote for that, because we know that this is a further weaponization of government. Those agents, we know who they're coming after. They're coming after the small business owner. They're coming after conservatives. That's why we want this legislation passed on the very first day.
Now, let's talk about the weaponization resolution or the weaponization rule. You're going to chair the Judiciary Committee. Mr. Comer is going to chair the Oversight Committee. You've got a lot of work to do on the FBI, on the intelligence agencies, on the Hunter Biden laptop. Who knows what you got work to do? Can you give us a little hint there? How are you going to start? When are you going to start? Where's this going to go?
Well, in our committee, I think we're going to focus on two issues. I think front and center of the Judiciary Committee, the border that's no longer a border, and then, of course, the political nature of the Justice Department. And there's going to be a select subcommittee that's going to focus on that. We've had 14 whistleblowers come talk to us about how political that place has become. We know it goes further than just
give
there.
it up to them 14 agents, man. They risk everything to
big
expose
tech,
these
big
bastards.
media. We've seen that now with the Twitter files and what they've exposed. So we're going to look at all that, because the first step in stopping it is to get the facts, get the truth to the American people. And we have an oversight obligation. We have a duty to do this kind of investigative work. And we're going to do it consistent with the Constitution, but we're going to do it aggressively.
Jim Jordan, just